Okay, we're seeing the radial section, and right away you can see some pretty large gaps in those sections, and those gaps are going to be the vessel elements that have been kind of cut barrel-like so that you're looking at the vast space inside. And then you can also see in this section the early wood with very large vessels and some late wood with much smaller vessels. And then what is interspersed between the vessels, there's actually maybe a tracheid. We can see some smaller tracheids perhaps here. You'd really have to look at those ends to see how tapered they are, rather than so we're going to, if we imagine looking up closer, that tracheid that you're spotting there should have long tapered ends. But the other part that you'll see here are these little brick walls. And these little brick walls are composed of parenchyma cells, and that would make this section a ray. And so here we're kind of looking at those rays longitudinally, so we're seeing the side view of those cells and of those rays as they work their way through the rest of the xylem there. Those xylem rays are vessel elements and tracheids. Okay, so we have vessel elements. We have rays that are composed of parenchyma cells. We have early wood with those really large vessels, and we have late wood, with the much smaller vessels, and then we even have some tracheids interspersed with our vessel elements with long tapered ends. And we also have fibers, so the fibers are going to be pretty much that solid fuchsia color that you see without any lumen. It's because they have such a small lumen, it often just looks like solid wall for those fibers. So for the section here, if we're thinking about the cross section, and here's your tree rings, the radial section is going to basically cut right through here. So at this point you could pick up early versus late wood at that point and at that point, but if you're somewhere in between, you might not have an early versus late wood section, so you'll have to look for that.